October 2019, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. Now, disclaimer, I am not a health professional, and I just want to share my experience with you. And if you think you have endometriosis, or if you do have endometriosis, remember that my case might actually be different than yours. There are going to be things that may not apply to you, and we have different health backgrounds and history, but I hope in general I can give you an overview of the things that I've been going through over the past few months. What is endometriosis? It is a disorder in which the lining inside your uterus also grows outside your uterus. It is something that once you have it, you're going to have it forever. It's something that cannot be cured. You're going to live with it forever. What I understand is that, imagine with your period cycle, your blood gets released from your body, but if you have endometriosis, the tissues also, not only it's inside the pipeline, but it's like outside the pipeline, and it's latching on to your other internal organs. It can be found in your bowels, it can be found in your kidneys, it can be found in your ovarium. For the most part, it's going to be on the lower part of your abdomen, but in some cases it can also get higher up in your diaphragm, or even get lower to your thighs. So the way that my doctor explained it to me is that it's like you have pimples, but in your organs, because of those tissues, those abnormalities in your body. And with each period cycle, it's going to stimulate the growth. And if you have it, you may at first feel afraid, because I was afraid. But the thing is, it is a serious disease, but it's not life-threatening. It's not deadly, or at least from what I understand. And it is not a rare thing. In fact, 10% of women actually have endometriosis, and a lot of notable women also. 1 in 10 people. It's quite a high number if you think about it. And don't be discouraged, because you can still have children with endometriosis. In fact, a lot of people that I know who has endometriosis actually do have kids. So you might have a slight disadvantage maybe, but it's still possible. So don't lose hope. It's not a deadly disease, but it is a very painful one. It kind of feel like I was giving birth every month. What are the symptoms? How do I get diagnosed? Here's the thing, it's a tricky thing. To get diagnosed is something that a lot of people are struggled with, and some people even take years to finally be diagnosed with endometriosis. For me, I'm actually quite lucky. Instead of taking years, I actually took 5 months for me to first catch the first symptom until I finally get diagnosed. It took 5 months, and it took 5 different doctors. And that's also the thing that's frustrating about having endometriosis, is that you go to a doctor, and the doctor will say that everything's fine, there's nothing wrong with you, even maybe if you are in so much pain and there's so many things that you feel wrong. Probably one of the most frustrating and one of the most difficult thing of having endometriosis is to get diagnosed in the first place. So how it went for me is I took a full medical checkup that I always do every 2 years. When they do the ultrasound in the abdomen, they find two suspicious lumps, and we don't know what that is. And it took me 5 months and 5 different doctors to finally get a proper diagnosis that, oh, this is endometriosis. I'm not going to go in too much detail about it because that's going to be like another 30 minutes of the video. It's quite a long story, and if you want to know about it, let me know and I will make another video about it. Yeah, it's quite a long journey, even for me. I can't even imagine with people who have been dealing with this for years. 5 months for me is long enough, and like I said, I was one of the lucky ones. So I didn't even, my period is actually very regular. There's nothing suspicious about my period, and I don't really experience that much pain from the first time I have my period on my teenage years up until June 2019. So my medical checkup was in July, and in June I had this terrible pain that I have never experienced before. Like I think I was going to die or something. But before that, I never had any problems with periods. So I don't know. So just because you don't have the obvious symptoms, it doesn't mean that you don't have it. So that's also like a tricky thing about endometriosis. Some people may actually not get diagnosed at all. The number may actually be higher than 10% because a lot of people never get diagnosed. The next step that we were going to do after getting my diagnosis is to have a laparoscopy surgery to remove a cyst and a myoma. Those two lumps that were found in my medical checkup, each of them are about 3 centimeters, or maybe about this big. There are two. One is a cyst, which is a, it's like a liquid. It's made of liquid, and one of them is myoma, which is made of muscles. It's a more solid than the cyst. The cyst is a liquid thing, and myoma is, and I don't know, it's like a tissue, like a more solid tissue. So that was the plan. But the thing is, I couldn't do it right away. It wasn't the right time for me personally, and with all of the other things that's going on in my life. In my workplace, one of my coworkers is on maternity leave, and I had to also cover for her job. And at that period there, I was so overloaded with work, I couldn't leave my job at the time, and so I had to postpone it until my friend gets back from her maternity leave. So after she gets back from her maternity leave, I went back to the doctor and schedule my surgery. I actually can't decide the day of which I want to do the surgery. I can only decide the month, and the surgery has to be done around my period cycle. So it depends on my period cycle. It's not something that I can just, hey, I want to do surgery today or tomorrow or next week. No, I have to wait until the right time. And I was scheduled to have a surgery on March 17th. I was supposed to get admitted to the hospital on March 16th. And over the past week, I had been doing everything, like the test, the blood test, the CT scan, and go consult with an internist, and everything is prepared and everything is ready. All I have to do is just come to the hospital on March 16th and have my surgery. And I was about to go to the hospital. They tell me to come in on the afternoon on March 16th. And on lunchtime, I got a call from the nurse saying that, I'm sorry, we have to cancel or postpone your surgery until unforeseeable future due to the coronavirus. And I just like, because it's something that I've been wanting to do for so long, for months. So the surgery is very important for me. But I understand that it's not urgent. It's not an emergency. It's not a life or death situation. It's okay to postpone it, I suppose. But yeah, I've been waiting for it for months, and now I can't do it because of the coronavirus. So yeah, maybe it's for the best. Who knows? So I'm staying at home now. I'm working from home. It's been a couple weeks since we are in quarantine, and when other people are saying like the things that they want to do after all of this is over, after they can finally go outside their homes, people, they want to see their friends, they want to see their family, they want to go outside and eat on restaurants, they want to go traveling. Meanwhile, I just want to have my surgery. So yeah, I'm waiting for all of this to be over and to finally have my surgery. And at first I was hesitant to make this video, because it's quite a personal thing, it's a private thing, it's quite a heavy thing also. I'm trying to keep my composure, but there's certainly been moments where I'm crying my eyes out like a crazy person. It's been very draining emotionally, but I'm trying to keep my I'm trying to stay poised like the adult that I am. But it's actually quite painful on the inside. A lot of people who know me in real life actually don't know that I'm sick, because I don't look sick. And to some degree, I like to keep it that way because I don't want people to treat me differently. I don't want people to pity me, I want to live my own life like everybody else, like normal. Like, I don't want this endometriosis to define me or to defeat me, or as if I don't have anything else to do outside this disease. Like, it's not something that defines me. Yes, it is a part of me, but it's not something that's going to stop me, from doing my own thing and be my own person. In fact, I'm going to try that. It's going to empower me in some way. Yeah. If you find this helpful at all, give this a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I don't want to always talk about endometriosis. I'm going to talk about other things as well, but every now and then I may give you some updates with my current health condition. So, bye-bye.